Hi guys, today I'm going to give you tips on how to write a song. So what I normally do first is I get my notepad and I start writing things that I want my song to be about. For example, this could be, if you want to write a love song, you can write things about who you love. For example, I would write down family members, or you can go down the path of relationships, which most love songs are usually about relationships. So I normally write down things and bullet point them all. Once you've bullet pointed everything, I normally then go onto YouTube and find a type beat track, unless you play acoustic, piano or anything like that. You can find, you can make your own chords and your own melody, but because I don't play, I will then go onto YouTube and find a track that I want to use. This means any style you can go for. I usually use piano type beats, or like if I'm writing like a sad love song, or you can use acoustic, you can use upbeat, you can use anything you want to use. Once you've found the track you want to use, or you've created something yourself, you can then start to write the lyrics. What I normally do first, because I use type beats, I'll be listening through to the track and I'll just start singing. It could be completely wrong, it could be completely waffle, none of the lyrics could make sense, but at least you then have your melody. Once you've figured out the melody, you can then just again start singing. It could be complete waffle, completely random, nothing can make sense, but you write it down anyway, because then you can go back and tweak things and change words, and then it will make more sense in the end. I normally start with the verse, because for me, I cheat it a little bit. So when the first verse is finished, I will then make the second verse very similar to the first one. I will just use the first one as a guide, and I will start changing things about the next one to make it sound better, if that makes sense. Then I normally go for the chorus. I don't know why, I think I just love writing choruses, but you use your bullet points in these. You take your top 3 bullet points, your top 3 favourite bullet points, and then you start writing those down within your chorus to incorporate them. This gives you something to write off of, again, another guide. And then the pre-chorus can actually be taken from your chorus. So I, for example, would take a few lines out of my chorus and change them up a little bit to use as my pre-chorus. Now, before you know it, you've already got half your song done, because normally you have like 2 choruses within a song. It depends on what song you're kind of trying to write, but my songs usually end up having 2 choruses, 2 verses, maybe 3, depends on how long the song is, and a pre-chorus. And then the last chorus that you do, if there is another one, you use the previous choruses that you've done, whether that be 1, 2, whatever you want to do. You use those as a guide, like I said for the verses, but you change it up a bit and you make it better. This has to be the ending of the song. What I mean by that is the song has to have a story. Not every song does have a story, but it's a lot better if it does. So just remember, throughout writing this song, you want it to mean something to you. So when you're writing it, try and tell the story. Don't just write random words. I mean, you can if you want, that's not exactly wrong, but the more effective songs have a meaning. So for the last chorus, you want the story to be ending, and you want to end it with a bang. Or you could end it with a sad note. You would decide that along the way. This all just depends on what your song is about. So for me, the most recent song that I wrote, it's a love song, and it's more of like a sad ballad, but it's a happy song, if that makes sense. It has a happy ending. I picked the ending based off of the story of the song. The story starts out with me being sad and ends up with me being happy, if that makes sense. So I hope this helped. If not, then there are always some really good tips and tricks on YouTube in case this way doesn't help you, but this is just the way that I do things. And normally at the end of the song, once I'm finished, I'll go back, I'll listen to it on repeat, trust me, a lot, and then I'll go and change things if I need to, because sometimes I'll write something and I think it's really good, and then after about 3 days of listening to it, I'm just like, do you know what, actually that bit can be changed. So yeah, I don't know if this will help you, but hopefully it does. Thank you for watching.